Brake and axle suspension stuff. There are indicators if you're doing a walk-around inspection that should give you some indication something's wrong. This one down here, is there anything wrong with that brake compared to that side? It's been caged. You can't cage it going down the road. You may have needed it to move it off to the side of the road when something went wrong, but you don't drive down the road with it that way. This device up here, that's a normal position in an applied position. This was actually when it was in non-applied. So when they applied it, this is the angle we got in that. What that tells us right off the bat, and you should have been able to see it in a walk-around, that brake is not adjusted upright. What was really wrong with it, they put some new brake cans on this and didn't bother to cut off the push rod. Your brakes cannot exceed a 90-degree angle at any time. If it does, you're losing brake efficiency off of it. They need to cut that push rod off so when you apply it, it goes to approximately 90 degrees, and that's where you're getting your maximum efficiency. That's actually considered an out-of-adjusted brake. This here, we're going to look at the air cans. If the air cans are loose, anything's broken up in here, we're taking a look at everything that we can find underneath this thing to make sure that it's okay. Tires, is the tread what it's supposed to be? There are going to be some changes in the tread depth law. They are increasing the minimum tread depth on the steer axle. Right now it's what? 4. It's going to go to 6 on the steer axle. And there is a possibility that your regular tires are going to go up to 4. We don't know yet. They may leave those at 2/32. They may go up to 4. Well, I was talking to the Les Schwab guy the other day, and he says they really would like it to go up to 4 because they get a much better tire back for recapping than if you let it go down too far. So, but where this came from, I don't know, because I had just heard of it this last week, but the steer axle one is a guarantee. It's going to be 6. Okay, at the rear of the vehicle, we're going to look for any rear end protection. Is it in good condition? We're going to look at mud flaps. Do you have your mud flaps on there? And in this case, with the this being a hazmat load, is there a placard visible, ID lights, any of the stuff that goes on with the type of vehicle that you're driving? And that. The fuel tank, is it protected? Does it have a fuel cap on it? Whatever. It all depends on what type of a vehicle you've got. And that's what we're going to look at all the way around your vehicle. Majority of that stuff, other than when we crawl underneath, should be the same stuff that you guys look at during your pre-trip. And I've had, I don't know how many people tell me that they can do a pre-trip in 5 minutes, and you're full of baloney. If you do a good pre-trip, it's going to take you 15 minutes to do a good, adequate pre-trip. Now, if you just do a tire bump, like at when you go to the bathroom or something like that, I'll grant you can do that in less time. But your pre-trip better be a good pre-trip, because if not, you're the one that's going to get hit at the scale. You're the one we're going to be writing the citation to, not your company. And that. Level 2 is a walk around everything except crawling underneath the vehicle. So that's the type of different type of stuff that we're going to be looking at. Level 3 is paperwork only. Anybody know what conspicuity requirements are? Yes, that's your reflective tape requirement. In other words, what type of reflective tape do you have to have on your vehicle? And basically it amounts to 50% down each side, has to be 100% across the back, and if you have a van type or a cargo tank, you must have reflector tape at the upper portions of it. And that. If you want to put more on, feel free. You just cannot put less than what it asks you to put on. And it is a good device to have on. It has solved a lot of problems with lights being burned out and people still being able to see you at night. And this just shows you how the tank trailers, how they must have that upper. And then if you're running a solo tractor, that you must have some indication of your height, width, and the rear portion of your tractor. Okay, how many know what CJ's law is? CJ's law, and it happened, the reason it's CJ's law is he was the one that was killed up in Spokane when a truck somewhat like this backed over the top of him and killed him. So his dad got on basically the bandwagon and says there should be some means for those type of drivers that are in and out of those things all the time that they can see behind the vehicle so that they don't run over somebody else. And what we did is we implemented a law that says if your box van, stand-up box van, is up to 18 feet in length, you must be equipped with either a crossover mirror that you can see setting in the driver's seat, or a backup device. Now that is not the beep, beep, beep device. This is a sonar device that basically will tell you if there's something within a certain distance behind your vehicle. If you want to know what one looks like, ask the UPS drivers. That's what they've got on theirs. If there's anything within a certain distance behind their vehicles, their alarm goes off. And it is not just the beep, beep, beep because you put it in reverse. So that's another requirement that we have in this state, and that is only a state law. Just to go over the fact for safe loading, under 392.2, it basically says in the regulations that the vehicle's cargo is properly distributed and adequately secured as specified for normal transportation. That doesn't mean that if you roll your truck and you spill your load that you're going to get cited for not securing your load. No, that's not what it's about. It's during normal type of operation of your vehicle, your load must be secured against movement, forward, backward, left, or right, even inside of a box van. You are not exempted because the stuff is inside of a box van. I've went to too many accidents between here and Pomeroy because of trucks going down that road on Highway 12 there, and they roll it because the load starts to shift. So it must be secured even inside of a box type van trailer or the other types. We've already went over this